Patrick Clancy conspiracies have gotten out of hand. People are spouting off misinformation to trending TikTok audio, acting like they are Carmen Sandiego and this is some kind of game. This is a criminal trial where 3 children are no longer here. Cora, Dawson, and Callan. Their mother, Lindsay Clancy, has never denied that she took their lives on January 24th, 2023. The only question at hand, the only question this jury will be asked to answer at the end of this trial is if she is criminally responsible based on her mental state on that day. I am going to list off bullet points of what these people are saying in their videos, and I am going to provide testimonial facts that rebut every single one of these points. I challenge each of you to listen. I know that some of you won't have your mind changed, and that's fine. I'm not here to change everyone's mind. I am here for those who have an open mind and want to hear facts so that they no longer have to go down this rabbit hole of, oh my gosh, Patrick did it and he set Lindsay up. Let's start with the shoes. Some people are saying that Patrick Clancy changed shoes from the time that he went to CVS to the time that he went to 3V. You have to understand that these are 2 different cameras with 2 different qualities. I don't think these are different shoes. And people are also pointing out that during the trial, Patrick said the first thing he did when he got home was take his boots off. Some people may just call shoes that are closed-toed shoes boots, even if you would not call them boots. Only Patrick's DNA was found on the blue exercise band. That is 100% not factual. Both the Commonwealth and the defense stipulated to the DNA findings on the end of the blue exercise band. When both sides stipulate to something, that means that they agree to something. And what they agreed to with this piece of evidence is that the end of the blue exercise band contains DNA from all 5 members of this family: Cora, Dawson, Callan, Lindsay, and Patrick. And for those of you saying, oh my gosh, Patrick's DNA is on the exercise bands, don't you think it would be when he testified that he had to remove these exercise bands from his children's necks on January 24th, 2023? Let's talk about Lindsay's body temperature, which was 82.1 in the hospital. People are saying that there's no way that the cold weather would have made her temperature drop that low in that short amount of time based on the timeline we have heard at trial. Cold weather is not the only thing that can cause a low body temperature or hypothermia. This can also be caused by things like spinal injuries, severe injuries, metabolic disarray, or exposure. Lindsay had several, if not all of those. So you can't just talk about the cold weather and the timing when you talk about her body temperature. And the testimony that we heard from medical experts would tell you that. How was Lindsay able to talk to Patrick, but then by the time first responders got there, she could not talk anymore? Lindsay, according to Patrick, in the 911 call, was already in and out of consciousness. Yes, he says she was able to say that she had tried to take her own life and that the children were in the basement. However, she had severe injuries. I don't think any of us disagree on that point. So if she has severe injuries, those can sometimes get worse very rapidly, and her condition can deteriorate very rapidly. So even though the first responders showed up in minutes, she was already in and out of consciousness. She could have been making a conscious decision to not speak to first responders. She could have given up by that point. This is not proof or evidence that Patrick Clancy is the one who did this. Why were the pills crushed up that Lindsay took? A nurse would never crush up pills. A lot of you that are saying that Patrick Clancy is responsible for this also feel that Lindsay was having mental issues, possibly psychosis. So why would you expect her to act in a way that a nurse normally would? Also, some people do crush up medication so that they will act faster in their body. I don't understand everyone acting like the pills being crushed up means that Lindsay could not have done that herself. Patrick was cheating on Lindsay. He planned this so that he could do a Chris Watts and start a new life. There is no evidence whatsoever that he was cheating on Lindsay. His work was based in New York. He would travel to New York for work. Yes, he moved to New York 4 months after the murders of his children, but number one, he lost his entire family, so why would he not move closer to his work? That does not prove that he was cheating or he immediately got with his new wife at that time. People saying that he got married 4 months after the murders of his children. That is completely not factual. He did not get married until May 2026, which is over 3 years after his children children were murdered. There is no evidence. There has been no testimony. And you would think that if he cheated, either the Commonwealth, the defense, or both would use that in their cases. The Commonwealth would try to say, oh, well, Patrick cheated, so Lindsay did this to get back at him. She did not have any kind of psychosis going on. This was revenge. Or you would think that the defense would possibly try to say she found out that Patrick was cheating. She was already dealing with postpartum depression or postpartum psychosis, and that was it. She snapped. Neither side has said that. This is all based on assumptions and allegations that have not been testified to, are not true, or with people saying he was married 4 months later is completely not based in fact. Also, people saying that he already has another child. There has been nothing that says him and his new wife have a new child. The final point that I'll touch on is people saying that Patrick isn't grieving right. He's not grieving enough. He didn't look sad on the stand. I saw him tear up on the stand. Grief looks differently on everyone. And I would like to know how many of you saying that have ever found your 3 children in that condition at one time. How many of you have had to unwrap exercise bands from your children's necks? How many of you have had to testify in a trial against your former spouse? And don't forget, Patrick Clancy has seemed pretty supportive of Lindsay. He has filed a medical malpractice lawsuit saying that doctors failed her. Now, you may have questions about why he left Lindsay alone with the children if she had expressed these intrusive thoughts. I have some of those questions as well, but that does not mean that we get to jump to he did this. Maybe we could say that he has some sort of responsibility. He shouldn't have left her alone with the children. Some people are ignorant to how severe mental health can get. Patrick could have been that way. He could have heard what his wife was saying and not truly understood the magnitude. That's where I'm going to leave it. These conspiracies to me are not only not based in fact, but also disrespectful to the 3 victims in this case. Rest in peace to the 3 children that everyone should be focused on and talking about: Cora, Callan, and Dawson.